Chapter 251. The barbarian king was tightly bound by the roots of the divine tree, unable to move a muscle. He neither spoke nor groaned or growled. It was as if he were dead. The divine tree sighed. Has he already lost his will? It was clear that upon realizing the insurmountable gap in power, the barbarian king had abandoned his will to fight. To him, being unable to defeat his opponent was no different from dying. The divine tree knew that the entertainment was over. Should it kill him now? But killing him wouldn't earn many evolution points, and it would mean losing a potentially useful pawn. So, the divine tree decided to throw him into the life space for healing. Unexpectedly, as the divine tree opened the life space, the thunder space also automatically opened. The divine tree was startled, wondering if it had made a mistake. Meanwhile, the Golden Monkeys team was observing the battlefield. While the hostile mutated beasts in the area were kneeling under the divine tree's pressure, suddenly, a monstrous mouth appeared behind them, slowly opening. It seemed to be a mutant bear from the region, planning a surprise attack on the Golden Monkeys. Sensing the danger approaching from behind, the Golden Monkey's eyes flashed with anger. He struck twice with his staff in a single move, so fast that the naked eye could not follow, only to see the bear's body blown apart, leaving only a small piece in the middle. At the same time, a hoof stepped out of the thunder space, exuding a dominating aura. It turned out that the mutant wild bull had completed its evolution process, now standing as an extraordinary Tier 4 being. Its innate talent, Crescent Moon Horn, allowed its crescent-shaped horn to become a true weapon. Special abilities included Gravity Domain, enabling the bull to freely control gravity within a specific area, from increasing it 100-fold to reducing it to 0 gravity. Beast's body restored its true beast form, significantly enhancing its strength and speed. Absolute Black Hole could create a black hole capable of absorbing all attacks. The appearance of the mutant wild bull had changed significantly, with more muscular and imposing features. Most notably, it now had 4 glowing horns on its head. The mutant wild bull was no longer the same as it was before. It was becoming more like a demon king. Throwing it into the thunder space had been a wise decision, as electricity and gravity are related, which greatly enhanced the bull's gravity attributes. However, instead of roaring to assert dominance, the mutant wild bull remained as calm as water, showing a maturity and composure that had grown over time. Its eyes gleamed brightly as it surveyed the battlefield, realizing it had missed a major battle. The divine tree closely examined this member, noting that he had developed according to expectations, displaying high innate talent and no delays in his evolutionary progress. The mutant wild bull walked directly to the base of the divine tree, then immediately knelt, showing submission. The divine tree reminded him that he had arrived late. The battle was already over. Given the lengthy process of breaking through to the Fourth Order, it wasn't his fault. The divine tree continued to review the stats of the mutant wild bull, observing that now the bull was truly powerful. Its close combat abilities had been significantly enhanced by the strength of its crescent moon horn, and its gravity control had gained new skills, allowing for more precise manipulation. Turning to the nine-tailed fox, the divine tree issued an order to gather the mutated beasts that had surrendered and bring them into the life space and earth space. With this, everything seemed settled. The divine tree adjusted its posture, tilting its head slightly toward the sky, and gazed at the bright moon above, wondering about the divine tree on the moon. Unable to contain its curiosity, the divine tree used its vision to zoom in on the moon. Before long, the image of the divine laurel tree, shining brightly like a Christmas tree, came into view. This tree, having absorbed all the spiritual energy from the moon, had also reached the transcendent Fourth Order. Indeed, it had advanced very quickly, and the divine tree understood the reason. Very good, that was the divine tree's expectation. In such a unique environment, if it hadn't grown further, it would indeed be considered trash. At this moment, a golden ant suddenly flew over to the divine tree and called out, "Master." The divine tree asked what the matter was. The golden ant reported on the battle, stating that they had suffered a 10% loss in manpower and that many commanders had been injured. Indeed, it was a significant loss, which seemed unavoidable, considering that Misty Mountain's opponent this time was all the powerful beings from this continent. However, the Golden Ant quickly added that they had captured 8 Fourth Order experts who were currently imprisoned in ice, including a few humans from the barbarian tribe. Upon hearing this, the Divine Tree released its spiritual energy to count again, muttering, 8, you say? It wasn't that the Divine Tree doubted the Golden Ant's report, but rather that the Divine Tree's subordinates might not have noticed that there was one more hiding, making it 9 in total. Suddenly, a bright green branch shot out like lightning, transforming into a hand that reached toward a distant rock. A snake-like creature, hiding there, was startled. However, when the Divine Tree catches a snake, no snake can escape. Instantly, the unfortunate snake was lifted into the air. The black snake, realizing it had been caught, began to wail, pleading that it had only been watching and begging not to be killed, even shedding tears. It appeared to be very timid. Mutant tongue snake. Rank: Extraordinary Tier 4. Innate talent: Venomous fangs, lethal venom that even beasts of a higher tier cannot easily withstand. Special abilities: Venom absorption, can absorb toxins to grow. Sky scales, scales resembling the void, enhancing speed and concealing its presence. Deathly poison mist, exhales a poisonous mist capable of dissolving everything. The Divine Tree was immediately intrigued by the Skyscale's ability, an advanced stealth skill comparable to legendary level abilities. If trained as an assassin, this snake could become exceptionally formidable, capable of killing enemies without them even noticing, especially with its potent toxins. The Divine Tree realized that this was why the Golden Ant couldn't find the snake, even it had taken some time to detect the creature. The Divine Tree then commanded the snake to stop babbling, stating it was busy and would speak with it later. The snake was thrown into the life space, terrified and open-mouthed, fearing it was about to be executed. Turning back, the Divine Tree instructed the Golden Ant to arrange rest for everyone and provide life essence to heal their wounds. The Golden Ant complied immediately. Now came the most exciting part: upgrading evolution points. The recent battle had been incredibly fruitful for the Divine Tree, earning it a substantial amount. The Willow Leaf Flying Daggers were only at level 4. Such a powerful skill deserved an upgrade. However, it was dismayed to see that it would cost 10 million evolution points. But remembering how the Barbarian King had easily shattered the daggers with a single strike, the Divine Tree quickly pressed yes without hesitation. The entire body of the Divine Tree trembled, emitting a green glow as it completed the upgrade. Eager to test the new capabilities, the Divine Tree immediately released 2 flying daggers, forming an X-shaped pattern. This X gleamed brightly and shot forward, indicating a fundamental change in the skill's nature. The structure had evolved from a simple, sturdy green leaf to a form imbued with life attribute energy, yet it was exceedingly sharp. As it traveled, the surrounding space showed signs of temporary distortion. The Divine Tree was astonished as the attack's aftermath continued to draw air into the path, even after the X-shaped energy had flown thousands of meters away without stopping. It was uncertain about the fate of this attack. Would it keep flying for years, or would it dissipate on its own? It became clear that the Willow Leaf Flying Dagger skill had evolved into a new form of attack, now named Heaven-Cleaving Flying Dagger, Path of Sharpness, though the Divine Tree had only comprehended 1% of it. The name itself was quite abstract, plunging the Divine Tree into deep thought, trying to foresee the future evolution of this skill. If just 1% could produce such power, what would it be like at 100%? The more the Divine Tree pondered, the more it felt a growing fear of its own potential. At this time in the Free Federation, on the Sky City, humanity was holding a meeting of the world's elites. Yule, representing the Free Federation and hosting the event, stood on a high podium and boldly declared, "This time, we, the human elites, have gathered to primarily discuss the future direction of humanity. After the darkness was defeated, we now have 18 extraordinary Tier 4 humans. Additionally, we must address how to deal with the mutant beasts that have become a significant threat." A blonde beauty in the audience spoke up, her voice clear as a flowing stream. "Up until now, aside from Australia, where humans struggle to survive, and Africa, where wild tribes run rampant, the situation in Antarctica remains unclear. However, the other continents are still under human control. This was Ilia, the saintess of the Western European Church and the strongest combat force defending that region. Yalian, from the Free Federation, dressed similarly to Yule in mummy-like fashion, chuckled and remarked that Ilia was too naive, putting too much faith in humanity. He pointed out that Asia was being suppressed by the mutant beasts to the point of suffocation. These words quickly drew irritated glares from the elite representatives of the China Federation, including a rough-looking uncle who had previously clashed with an envoy of the Divine Tree. While Yalian's words were not untrue, they were delivered without any regard for saving face. Yet, Yalian showed no respect, laughing provocatively and asking, "What's the matter? Did I say something wrong?" End of chapter 251.